Kia ora friends, today I wanted to point out a couple of things about item listings on the Felt platform that are important for you to understand. Let's start by looking at this fake listing by Big Bunny. Now I'm doing this on the invisible test version of Felt, so you won't be able to see it in real life, but the functionality here is identical to what you've got. So you'll see on the right here I've got listing tools, and if I select that there are a bunch of useful things that I can do. First on the list is withdraw this item. So let's say you have an item listed on Felt that you decide you want to keep for yourself. You can withdraw the item so that it is no longer for sale. Now if you change your mind, you can click here to put it back on public display, or you can go through the menu and restore this item. There we go, back on display. Next on the list is edit this item. Now here you can edit any of the details of your listing, but there are three that I want to draw your attention to. If we scroll down here, you'll see quantity. Now this item here is important to use correctly. If I select edit, this is what we come up with in the price and shipping section. If you have, say, 3 of the item available for sale, but you only put the quantity as 1, when that item sells, you'll have to create a new listing which comes up with a new number, and that causes a bunch of problems for you from a promotional perspective. But if your item gets featured, for example, and that one item sells, you'll lose all the benefits of featuring unless you select multiple quantities available, so that when one item sells, the rest will show up and it'll automatically relist and it'll still be featured because you've got the extra quantity listed there. This also applies if your items are made to order. So if that's the case, you want to be sure that you put several items available here in stock and make it clear in the description that they are made to order. So I'll just click OK and go back to check the listing. So next down here is shipping. Now, we're really encouraging all of our sellers to add international shipping as an option, as we know that 22% of visitors to Felt are overseas, but only 8% of sales go overseas. So there's a good blog post on packaging and postage in Felt Tips that I've linked below, but we really encourage you to edit your shipping options and add shipping to the rest of the world or other areas with specific prices. And then there is auto renewal of your listings. Now, if you're not on Felt every single week adding new items, you might want to put all of your items on auto relist for if they don't sell. You'll always get a notification when it's going to happen, and it makes your life a whole lot easier if they just automatically relist themselves. So I'll save these changes now, and it'll go back to the listing. I'll share this on social media and then continue and view the listing. Now back in this listing tools menu, the last two things on the list are list a similar item and use this shipping for all my listings. So if I select list a similar item, this essentially creates a duplicate of this listing that I can use as a starting point for a similar item, which is really, really helpful if you're listing lots of things that are slightly different. So let's say I'll just call this new listing. And I'll go OK back to check my listing, and this has created a completely new listing. I can check all of the details and say, all right, we've actually got 5 available of this one, and shipping to Australia is slightly cheaper. So I'll go back, check my listing, and then confirm and save. And that has created a new listing, which I can continue and view, see new listing here, and then I might go and share it on social media or tweet it out like here. A really helpful way of creating another listing based on something that you've already made previously. Saves you a whole lot of time. And then lastly, shipping. Now some of you will have all items of a similar size or shape, so your shipping is always going to be the same. This last button here lets you copy and paste the shipping settings from this item for all of the listings in your shop. So if you're in that category, I'd really encourage you to add international shipping and then click this button to update the shipping on all of your items. That's all for this time. Mā te wā.